Good evening, I'm Greg Sharpe, and here is tonight's Sports Nightly Ticker. The Huskers continued preparation today for 8th-ranked Michigan's visit Saturday night to Memorial Stadium. The Big Red are bolstered by the play of their defense. Coordinator Eric Chinander said today that the Black Shirts are just doing their jobs.
Sometimes less is more, when you're playing really good team defense. And I think doing your job is simple, but it's not easy. And I think that he's embraced that challenge, just like the team-wide. They've embraced that doing your job every single play and having your eyes right every single play, it's a simple task, but simple is not easy sometimes. And those guys have done a really good job with that.
We'll hear more from the coach along with offensive coordinator Matt Lubick later on this hour. The Big Ten Conference revealed their TV schedules for both the men's and women's basketball seasons. The men will appear on 28 nationally televised games. The Huskers will be on BTN 19 times, on FS1 4, and 5 times on the ESPN family of channels. Amy Williams' squad will appear on national TV at least 9 times between BTN and FS1. You can find both team schedules on Huskers.com. Husker baseball will hold their red-white scrimmages October 11th through the 13th, with all 3 games starting at 3:30 at Hawks Field. All 3 contests will be 7-inning affairs and will be streamed live on Facebook and Twitter. The games are open to the public, and they are free. The Major League Baseball playoffs start tonight with the American League wild card game between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. The game starts in about an hour in Boston. Those are tonight's headlines. I'm Greg Sharpe.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who reminds you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Pass by Kenzie Knuckles, Jack back to slide. We're done. Lauren Stivrins, 25-20. The verdict. Stivrins with the finish, and the teams wave at each other.
2nd down and 10. Snap back. Give it off to Yant, right side. Jacquez to the 35. Nice move. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Run, big fella. 30, 25, 20. Stiff arming a guy. 10 to the 5. He's out of bounds to the 4-yard line. Jacquez Yant. We love you in Lincoln.
Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
Here we are back for another night of Sports Nightly on a Tuesday night. I hope you all had a good day today. It's beautiful out. I mean, this is
nice.
Chamber of Commerce type weather all week.
It is absolutely gorgeous. We shot an interview outside today, and we were just like sitting around like, can we just sit outside for a little bit longer? It's so nice.
Not much
Perfect
wind.
day for your birthday, friend.
Well, yes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Another year I made it. Most people didn't think I would, but I'm still here. So, yeah, you're right, though. It's good to be outside. There's not much breeze out there. I know we could all use a little bit of rain, but, man, I'm not going to say much about a 78-degree day. This is gorgeous.
It was a great day to be on a golf course today.
It is. And the weather looks really good for Saturday night.
Yeah, in the 80s. I mean, I don't know about the wind or cloud coverage, but you would think if it's in the 80s in the afternoon, it'll be pretty nice by the time that sun goes down.
I'm really excited. I don't know if I can tell. I'm so, and I know all Husker Nation is too, to get back here to the stadium on Saturday night to take on a top 10 team in Michigan. It's only the second time they've been here since Nebraska joined the Big Ten Conference. The last time was Denard Robinson. Remember him, the shoe? What did they call him? The shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not right. I'm close, but that's not quite what it is. Somebody in the chat will be able to get me updated on that. But he got hurt in the first half, didn't play in the second half. Huskers ended up winning that game 23-9. Did not give up a touchdown in that game against Michigan. So hopefully for the same thing. And I think we will see a lot of good defense Saturday night in this game.
Yeah, and I think it's just going to be a rockin' atmosphere. And I know the players are so excited. I did a couple interviews today with a couple of them, and they just, again, thinking about last Saturday, just chills. And I think they're excited to get back in front of Husker Nation. And yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty good battle. It'll be fun to be out there and see it.
You know, this and I know you talked to Gary Nelson today. We're going to hear some of that conversation tomorrow night here on the program. I really admire this group, and I hope Husker fans do too, Jessica, because The Oklahoma and Michigan State games back-to-back were really tough. Those were really hard losses because they felt like they were so close. And to get back up off the deck and go on with it the way they did last week, I think that really speaks to the character of this team.
Yeah, absolutely. And Garrett talked about that, you know, especially for the black shirts, how much they love playing together. And he, you know, he's kind of said the same thing. A couple of them have said that. Caleb Tanner said it the other day about they almost get more excited, probably more so, to see, you know, the guys they're playing next to make a big play than they do themselves. I mean, it is a selfless group that are enjoying playing together, and it's just a different kind of chemistry and feel. And when they kind of started having these conversations of some of those guys that were going to come back and do it again, this is what they had envisioned, this kind of defense being played. They want to be elite, and they know they're nowhere close to that yet, but they're working towards that. And so they're by no means satisfied. Even though it was a heartbreaker, they have goals in mind that they want to get to, and so I think they just continue to climb and climb and climb each week.
You know, I think it's pretty clear that the leader of the offense is Adrian. I'm not sure if there's one clear-cut guy on defense. I think there's multiple players, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah. And I think they all are okay with that. I mean, they kind of are all at the leadership group are all at a certain standard, and they hold the entire defense to that. And so, you know, and all of them love playing with and for Adrian too. So, you know, I think just the leadership group all together is yeah, it's not just one guy, and you're not having to have one guy get on a bunch of people. It's there's multiple leaders, and they're all holding that entire defense to that standard. And Garrett talked about that. He's like, I'm one of the younger guys, and so I know that there's a standard, and I have to, you know, keep myself to that standard. And some of those younger guys around him, Luke Reimer talked about that same thing. So while there's, you know, definitely some leaders and some guys that have been around and played a lot of football, there's some younger guys that are making an impact for the black shirts too, that know that there's that standard for those guys that are the leaders on that defense.
I would thumb Garrett Nelson as one of the leaders. I think he is.
Yeah, no,
I
mean,
think
the tone that he sets, and,
yes.
and Jeremiah talks about that a lot too, just the tone that he sets is absolutely massive for the black shirts.
Cam Tater-Britt is. I'm not trying to belittle what he's done, and he clearly is. He's got a big voice in that locker room, but I think Garrett is in there. Luke's a little bit quieter. I don't know that Luke's quite to that level, because Garrett will tell you what he thinks. I mean, that's the beauty of him. He speaks his mind. Ben Sealy is kind of the old man of the bunch. He's a bit of a leader for him.
Damien's a leader, you know, Damien Daniels, you know,
yes.
So, and yeah, JoJo, there's so many of those guys that have been around, played a lot of football, and they've kind of come together on this deal, you know, when they decided to come back, but then also just turning the standard, and Garrett talked about that. That's the standard of the black shirts, and it's not going anywhere from here on out. We got it to where we wanted it to be, and we're going to keep trending up, but it's definitely, we're going to keep it there. So that's kind of the important message there, is that they're not satisfied by any means.
Speaking of trending up, that's also Husker Volleyball. What they've done the last couple of weeks, getting Lauren back last Friday, the way they really dismantled both Michigan teams that came in here over the weekend, they kind of have their mojo back. And I think Lauren delivered a lot of that, because I think they were, even though they beat Northwestern and Iowa, even John Cook last week, and he'll be here, by the way, in hour 2 tonight for his weekly show, he didn't see a lot of progress. He can't say that this week, because there was a lot of progress.
Yeah, it'll be so interesting to see what he says tonight, but it was obvious. It was apparent when she was on the floor how much that just changed the attitude. And again, I said it like swagger. I mean, it was just, they had a different belief and confidence. I mean, that is a talented team, but it's different when you kind of have this, you know, that mojo that she brings. And they felt like they were unbeatable. That's what they look like, that, hey, we're the best team in the country right now. That's to me, that's what it looked like when, and that flips kind of switched, that switch flipped there when she stepped out onto the court. And it's just amazing that her presence, what that brings to that team. It
lifted everybody's game, because I think Nicklin said it better with her on the court.
Oh, I noticed that too. Yeah, everybody
kind of
elevated. Absolutely. Everybody elevated their game to her.
Get your popcorn and your iced tea ready for Friday night, because that's going to be fun. Penn State on the road. They're ranked a right couple spots behind the Huskers. That's always a classic when they match up. But again, John Cook coming up in hour number 2. Buckle up, put the phone down. A reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Any idea what this first caller wants?
Alex from Columbus. I don't know. Let's see.
It's not Alex, but let's go to the phones. Welcome to Sports Nightly.
Hey, you know, I just wanted to say happy birthday to our fearless leader, the greatest play-by-play caller in all of the land, and my good friend, Mr. Greg. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you, pal. This is Jeremiah Searles, by the way. I saw the name come in on the caller ID.
Yeah, the caller ID.
Yeah, gave him away.
I told him to give a
away.
fake name when he called in.
You know, the thing about Jeremiah, when the older you get, the more wisdom you get. And so let me give you some words of wisdom.
Please.
Take your car keys inside your house.
I know.
Folks,
Buddy,
Jeremiah
it
had
was
his
a
car
long
stolen.
Sunday.
You had his car stolen. You got it back, though, right? The story ends up well. Okay, it's a good ending,
Yes.
right?
Yes. We found it at 10th and D, wonderful part of the Lincoln neighborhood. And I just kept honking the horn on my app from my phone until someone finally called it in and was like, hey, there's a car here honking. And the cops found it. So we found it, and it's not completely tore apart.
Well, good. So it's salvageable?
Yes. Yeah, all they did was pop off the top antenna thing, and then they cut some wires. But other than that, completely salvageable. Just got to get it rekeyed. But just got back from New York. Spencer Long got married last night.
Oh,
former
sweet.
Husker, so that was a lot of fun up there. And Jessica reminded me today, because she texted me last night at the wedding, and I had a few pops. And I was like, remind me again today. I want to call in for Greg's birthday. So I wanted to make sure I called in and just told you we love you, buddy.
That's really nice.
And thanks
Yeah,
for
you like how he's trying to, deter the conversation from his birthday to your truck getting stolen?
I'm giving advice.
Yes, I did get some good advice.
So Spencer got married on a Monday? Is that right? Congratulations, Spencer.
He did.
That's
He got
fantastic.
married on a Monday night in Lake Placid, New York. It was a long travel day, but absolutely gorgeous up there. And he's going to try and hopefully come back, maybe be at the game this weekend.
Oh, that's great. Does she get the thumbs up from the Searles family?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Spencer's basically our third child. He lived in our basement for 4 years, so we helped raise him. So we felt like we were giving him away this weekend, too.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the well wishes. Glad your truck is back. That was awful that you had to go through that. That stinks. We're looking forward to our pick segment this week. At least one of us in here is looking forward to our pick segment this week.
Yeah, for sure. I'll see you guys this week. And Jessica, I'm going to beat you eventually. Don't worry.
Attaboy.
I don't know. You got a long ways to go, buddy.
Thanks, Jeremiah.
Hey, mine are
See you
Sunday.
Thursday.
Thanks for coming back. Bye, guys.
Appreciate the phone call from there. Let's go up to Minnesota next to Tim. Good evening, Tim. Welcome to Sports Nightly.
Thank you. Well, Jeremiah definitely stole my thunder. Happy birthday.
No, thank you, sir. Thank you.
I texted it in on Big Red Reaction and never quite made it, but they were talking about just the intimidating effect that thunderstruck had possibly on Northwestern, and it reminded me a little bit about at least what I understand of what they do down in Lawrence when Kansas has a basketball game on hand with that Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Who knows? Maybe this is one of our new versions of that. It seems like I had some other thoughts too, but don't want to use the time trying to remember that. Except also maybe a question. But maybe my main thing is I'm just hoping that they realize how tough Michigan's going to be, although, and I'm sure that they know that. But what would be you guys' biggest concern at the start of the week about playing ninth-ranked Michigan, although we've shown that we can play toe-to-toe with them? That'd be all.
All right,
Enjoy
Tim,
your birthday.
appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate the well wishes as well. As I did a pretty deep dive into them today, and I was telling Jessica they're just monstrous along their lines. This is by far the biggest team we've seen all year long. Their special teams are really good, so that concerns me.
Yeah, I feel like too though with Michigan I said this last night a little bit, but Wisconsin, I don't know how good they are. Obviously, their offense is really, really bad. So Michigan hasn't really been tested.
They haven't.
And
That's
they
true.
haven't been in a tight game. And, yes, they're big and they're physical and it's going to be a test. And this team knows that. They've all maintained that this is going to be a battle. It's a tough test. But I think, again, they're ready to continue to show that was not a one-and-done deal last week, and they're excited for the challenge. They're not intimidated by any means, and they're kind of ready to go toe-to-toe with Michigan. But I don't know how good Michigan is compared to the teams that they've played because they haven't really been tested and they haven't played. I don't think they have not played the caliber of teams that Nebraska has played.
Very true. Right. And they've not trailed in a
Right.
game. So if the Huskers could get an early lead, I think that changes their whole psyche. That changes their play calling, too, because they've been able to be very conservative because they've had the lead or been tied in all their games, and that does. They love to run the football, and you can do that when you have the lead or you're tied. So hopefully Nebraska can jump out and get an early lead. Hey, this season, share Valentino's tailgater tradition with our Big Red Double Jumbo deal and get 2 one-topping jumbo pizzas for only $17.79 each. Order yours online at valentinos.com. Valentinos, the official pizza of the Huskers. Go Big Red. All right, phone line still open for you, 402-413-2400. The shoelace is what he was called, by the way. I got that on
there
the
you go,
text
yeah.
line.
I remember that now. I was
I knew it was something.
You were close.
The numbers are open. The phone lines are open and available. Also, the text line. We're up on our YouTube stream tonight. You can jump in the chat room.
Yeah, which, by the way, they wanted me to make sure and wish you a happy birthday from the YouTube stream.
Thank you. All those guys they're there every night in and night out. Love all of those folks in there. We're back to hear from both Coach Janander and Coach Lubick. We'll have a practice report next.
The game isn't just about winning or losing. It's about the snacks they share after they've used up all their energy in the field. It's the early morning practice before school and staying late after to get a couple more kicks in. It's the pride they feel for their team and the determination to always keep improving. Sure, the game isn't always about winning or losing, but when they've won the big game and celebration is in full swing, there's only one thing left for you to do. Get them home safe. Buckle up and back. Paid for by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Today's play of the day comes from Nebraska. We pick it up with the local sports announcer at a Nebraska lottery retailer.
Dave enters the store. He makes a move to the checkout counter. Looks like he's going to pass. Yes, he's passing the clerk a few dollars. The clerk takes the handoff and spins around. It looks like he's placed the scratch tickets on the counter, and now Dave has them in his hand. It's the old Scratch-a-rooski. He scratches left. He scratches right. Oh, my! He's done it! Dave has scored a bundle of cash.
Play is good. Go play. Odds vary by game.
At Subaru, they love building vehicles for those who pack a lot into life. The redesigned 2021 Crosstrek is their way of saying more power to you. An upgrade in horsepower means you have a world of fun and adventure waiting for you. And the Crosstrek comes with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru. Visit Deto Subaru at 27th Street and Jamie Lane in Lincoln or at DetoSubaru.com. Upgraded horsepower available on select models.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it is safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief, nutrition, or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
You always dreamed of owning your own farm. Now you're living your dream, and it's time to pick the tractor that makes it all come together. Massey Ferguson has reinvented what compact and utility tractors can be and redefined what they do, making them easier to operate, more comfortable to drive, more versatile than ever. Massey Ferguson gives Nebraska farmers the power and performance to win in the field. Kearney Equipment, Kearney, Nebraska, your Big Red Massey Ferguson dealer in central Nebraska.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
You trained for this all year. Endless hours of cardio, conditioning, and weights. And now you are ready. Ready to trek back to your seat from the concession stand. Through the lines, lost fans, and that mascot who wants you to do a little dancey dance, all without spilling a drop of your ice-cold Bud Light. Welcome back to football, sports fans.
Tailgating pros agree that Lucille's Famous Fried Chicken and More at Sapp Brothers scores big with Husker fans. Be the MVP of your tailgate party this year and let Lucille's do the cooking. Stop by Sap Brothers Travel Center or visit www.sapbros.net to find out how you can elevate your tailgate party with Lucille's famous fried chicken, celebrating 50 years of fueling America's heartland and welcoming guests. Sap Brothers is proud to be an official sponsor of Husker Athletics.
Great job, everyone. Printers, great coverage. Phones, quick pickups. Firewall, tough defense. And network, way to carry the whole team. Ever since Marco started calling our technology plays, we work smarter and our whole game is more streamlined. Marco's all-star services and support give us the winning edge. Find out what your technology could be saying at marconet.com.
Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is the place to watch Nebraska games this season. Locally owned and operated, Addie's is Omaha's premier sports bar with 4 locations in Elkhorn, Maple Street, Millard, and the new flagship Capitol location in downtown Omaha. If it's Husker game day, it's on at Addie's. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is Omaha's official watch party spot with game day giveaways, prizes, fun, and more surprises later in the season. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill. See you there for the game.
Score a game-winning drive when you buy your next vehicle at Sid Dillon Chevrolet. As a Chevrolet Business Elite dealer, we offer commercial vehicles, including medium-duty trucks and low-cab forwards. Whatever vehicle fits your needs, we're here to make the purchase process easy. Visit our Chevy locations in Blair, Crete, Fremont, or Wahoo. Plus, shop our full inventory at SidDillonChevy.com.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
Chevy, find new roads.
Hey, Husker fans, if you're looking for an exciting new career as part of your pandemic recovery, Iowa has over 75,000 job openings in industries such as healthcare, advanced manufacturing, construction, IT, and ag. IowaWorks.gov has more information about job openings, earn while you learn apprenticeships, and exciting training and scholarship opportunities. Find your next great job in Iowa. They've got a solid game plan, a bright future, and want you on their team. www.iowaworks.gov.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, brought to you by Acres Equipment, Nebraska's premier John Deere dealer with 27 locations across Nebraska and into Kansas. Acres Solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe Jessica Coody with you. Oh, there's nice. The guys in the back getting involved.
Happy birthday to you.
Somebody, I got somebody from, I think it was the ticket office, sent me an email, said, hey, happy birthday. I bet you're glad to have the show off tonight. I'm like, well, I don't. I'm here. So here we are. And I'm glad to be here with all of you.
Best birthday party ever, Sports Night.
That's right. Matt Lubick met with the media earlier today, along with Eric Chinander. We heard a clip from Eric and our ticker earlier in the hour. Matt Lubick talked about something you and I touched on last night, and that's the fact that they're about as healthy right now as they've been all year, getting guys like Thomas Fedoni back and Oliver Martin back last week. Here's the offensive coordinator.
That's huge. Yeah, last game was the healthiest we've been all season as far as I think everybody was available for the most part, which was really good because you can rest guys. I think we had a whole bunch of different guys touch the ball, which we want to continue to do that. It just helps everybody else out. Helps you in practice, too.
Oliver Martin plays for Coach Lubick in that wide receiver room, and he was back. How did he do in his first game back this year?
Good. Yeah, no, he did good. He's full speed, 100%. We were a little cautious in the beginning of the week. Just wanted to make sure that we weren't rushing him back too soon. But, you know, just gauging him, he felt like he was good to go, and he played like it. So, yeah, we're happy with his progress.
Woulda, coulda, Jessica. He was so good at Illinois, and then we didn't have him for the next 4 games. Might he have made a difference? Maybe, but I know injuries are part of it.
Yeah, no doubt. I think he definitely would have made a difference just because we talked a lot about this on Saturday when we saw him run out on the field. I mean, Oliver and Adrian put a lot of work in together over the summer, and there was a comfort level there, a chemistry, and it's just – when a quarterback feels comfortable throwing the ball to somebody, when they know that guy's going to make a catch, it's just it's different. You have a lot of weapons that, you know, play calls are designed to, but when the first read, the second read, third read doesn't work out, who's the guy that's you feel comfortable throwing the ball to? And I think Oliver was that guy for Adrian, or was going to be that guy. So I think that'll be huge for him. And, too, I mean, when teams start preparing for him, I mean, what do you do? I mean, how do you – I mean, are you keying in on Samori? Because Oliver did it against Illinois. So you're kind of which guys do you kind of try to take out of it? And I think the more you have out there that can make those big plays, the harder it is to do that.
Also, I think he's by far the most sure-handed guy back to return punts.
Absolutely.
I bet he would like to have a few of those back the other night. There was some room I think he could have run, but he wanted to make sure he secured the football. So it's good to have his sure hands back there grabbing those punts.
And probably just getting a feel for it too, and he's got a game back under his belt, and probably has a better feel for it. I don't know what the injury was, how serious it is, but a lot of times, maybe a little cautious, maybe trying not to push it too much. But now that he has a game under his belt, hopefully he can really let it loose on Saturday.
All right, Michigan's defense. This is a top 10 group that Nebraska will have to face on Saturday night. Here's Coach Lubick talking about the D of the Maize and Blue.
They do everything well. I mean, they're one of the best in the college football, as far as giving up points, which is the number one thing, is not letting your opponent score more points than you. Hutchinson gets a lot, and he deserves everything he gets, but the other edge rusher is pretty darn good too. And they have depth where they have different sub packages. When they bring different guys in, the different guys, that level still stays at a high level as far as guys playing fast, running the football, being physical. They've created a lot of negative plays, which has got guys behind the sticks and forces you to do things that you may not want to do. We want to stay out of negative plays, but they've done a good job of that. And they're very physical, so they pin their ears back and they tackle well. They sprint to the ball. They play hard, so they're well motivated. They're well coached. They're playing together, so it's going to be a huge challenge for us.
The headliner of that Michigan defense is defensive man Aiden Hutchinson, just a tremendous player. I was disappointed last offseason when he didn't go pro. Thought he would, because he was certainly eligible to go to the NFL, and I thought he would. He came back, and here's Matt Lubick talking about Hutchinson.
Like you said, he is really good. He's the best defensive player we've seen on tape. Plays with great motor. Looks like they give him some freedom, but he's always in the right place at the right time. But he chases things down, never takes a play off. Explosive, strong. We just got to be where he is at all times. They move him around a little bit. I've seen him drop in coverage. He's a definite weapon on the edge. I haven't used him inside too much, but it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he has a skill set that can do a lot of different things, and they use it well.
So here's a huge challenge for the tackles. Turner Corcoran going to the right, and now Teddy on the left side. They're going to have to be aware of where he is at all times.
I was literally just thinking that, because that's what Jeremiah said. Northwestern doesn't have a werewolf that's coming at you.
This guy
is a werewolf that's going to be coming for Adrian, and so it's going to be a big challenge. But again, just so big to get those guys in and get some experience, even if it's not quite the same, but to get them in a game-like atmosphere, get a feel for it, get them some confidence. But yeah, it's going to be a big challenge.
Now, you can game plan for that, and they might move him around, but Adrian can identify where he is, and you can check to a different play and go away from him or whatever you want to do. So I think Nebraska will certainly have some things in there to try to trick him or play away from him at times.
And that's it when we heard from Travis Vokalek yesterday, and I think we've seen it, especially here as of late, coming out of the halftime at Oklahoma and Michigan State. Some of the offensive game plans, they've been able to really, and last week, put a really good game plan together, and I think they have now some weapons that, even though what you've seen on tape from them, you can throw some wrinkles in there because you have some different guys that you can game plan around now, that with everybody kind of healthy. So as much as maybe Michigan might prepare for what they think Nebraska can be, I think we've seen new wrinkles every single week. I don't think they've pulled out the full arsenal yet.
I agree with you. Nebraska 811 says, go dig red. Before you dig, always call or click 811 to have your utility lines marked. It's free. It's easy. It's the law. Let's go to defense now. Eric Chenander also met. We heard a little clip from him in our ticker earlier on in the hour. Speaking of a guy who's playing really, really well and can flip around and play different spots, it's JoJo Domann for the Black Shirts. And here's Eric Chenander talking about 13's play so far.
Stats, I guess I don't read the stat line. When it comes up on the tweets or whatever, I guess it's on there. But I think JoJo's done a really good job of embracing his role in allowing the plays to come to him that are supposed to come to him. And guys are doing that all across the board, the inside backers, the DBs, the defensive line. When the play's theirs, they make the play. And JoJo's done a really good job of executing his job and his assignment. His eyes have been correct, and he's playing at a high level, and he's doing things the right way. And I think that he understands now, as opposed to maybe a couple years in the past, that when he does his job and he does things the right way, those plays are going to come to him, and he's going to have a lot of success.
Jessica, I'm glad he referenced stats, because JoJo's stats don't jump off the table at you, but he does jump off the tape. And I don't know, because of the lack of stats, he may not get national recognition like maybe he deserves.
Yeah, and kind of what we were talking about yesterday about why isn't he on any awards list. But when I talked to the guys from Oklahoma, Teddy Lehman, who won the Buckus, I mean, that was a guy that he was raving, going on and on about the, like you said, jumps off the tape. And he's a problem. And I think we saw Brett Bielema kind of scheme around going away from him.
They sure did.
You know, so yeah, I think it's the way that he doesn't always rack up all the tackles. We saw it last week. It might depend on the game, but absolutely impacts the game, the defense, absolutely every single week.
Glad he's came back for a year. He's certainly having a huge influence on that defense, and another one of those guys you would throw into that leadership category on that side of the ball. Michigan's has not been flashy offensively. They love to run the football. They run it really well. They have two different tailbacks that they'll rotate in there. And because they've been able to play ahead, they haven't had to stretch their playbook very much. So here's Eric Janander talking about defending the Wolverines.
Yeah, obviously I think they're #1 rushing team in the Big Ten. They're physical. They're big up front. They do a lot of multiple motions, a lot of multiple formations, and they're really good at the runs they have, and they're going to disguise those runs each and every week with a different shift, a different motion, a different formation. So you can't really get a beat on, you know, they're lining up in this set, here comes power. They're lining up in this set, here comes counter, because they run all their runs out of the same formations, and it's different week to week. I think their running backs do a really good job. They can put their foot in the ground and hit a hole, and if they hit a hole, it could turn into a home run. Their receivers are physical in the run game. They use their tight ends in the run game, and the quarterback can pull it, so you're really playing 11-on-11 football, and they do a really good job running the ball.
And we'll leave you with this from Coach Janander. He talked about the physicality of this Michigan team. He expanded on that more here.
Yeah, I think right now this will be the most physical group we've seen so far. You know, we've played some physical games. Obviously, in the Big Ten, it's physical every week. You know, Michigan State came in, was a physical bunch. Obviously, the way they were running the football. But I think so far, as you watch the tape unfold, this will be the most physical group we played. And especially, you know, when you talk about offensive lines in the Big Ten are all physical. When you add this group of tight ends and this group of receivers in, the way that they're blocking in the run game too, I think this is the most physical group we've seen.
A couple years ago, that would have worried me. I'm not worried about it. I think Nebraska can line up and slug it out with these guys.
I was literally just thinking, even though this is the most physical team, that does not scare, doesn't concern. I mean, yeah, it's going to be more physical than what they've seen, but they're not scared about that. I think, and Jeremiah said it from the start, since what he's seen from this team, that no one's going to out-physical Nebraska. I mean, they're going to have some physical matchups, but Nebraska can match up with anybody in that category. So we've heard a lot of the teams that Nebraska has played saying that about Nebraska, how physical they are. And so I would imagine Michigan saying the same thing about Nebraska going into this one, is how physical Nebraska is. I don't think that scares any of these guys, especially on defense at all, that physicality.
And getting Casey Rogers now back. Played a few snaps the other night. That's one more big body that can go in there and battle.
Absolutely. And that rotation has been, they just seem so fresh even till the end of the game. They haven't seemed tired at all. And I know at Michigan State they didn't have to play much. They were just getting right off the field. But, you know, against Oklahoma, that was a hot game. They had to play a lot. The times that they've had to play extended minutes, they haven't seemed like they've had a letdown at the end of the game. So if it's something where that's going to be, you know, case, if Michigan's going to try to run the ball a bunch, I don't think that's going to be concerning, as far as there won't be any letdown, and as far as the conditioning, the physicality, all of that.
All right, that's it for our practice report. Both coordinators really good today. One final note that came out of today,
yes.
Thomas Fedoni is back practicing, the talented tight end from Council Bluffs.
What huge news. That is going to be, again, another weapon that we'll see what they decide to do with him, because if they, you know, maintain those 4 games that he can continue to redshirt, you'll have to be strategic about when he plays, because I would think you'd want him definitely want him to play in a bowl game if that's the case. So, you have to think about that. Which kind of regular season games do you run him out there for and you hold him back for? But if this was his first week practicing, I doubt he'd be ready to go this Saturday.
No, and then this week or next week, then you have a bye week, and then you're already through games because this will be game 7 and 8 in the next 2 weeks. Then he could play the last 4 games of the regular season, or if you want to play him 3, and if you make a bowl game, you can play him in a bowl game. But there's no way you burn this kid's red shirt now. You've got to save this.
I wouldn't think so. I think you'd hold on to that, and especially because you have depth at the tight end spot.
Right.
And we've seen even, outside of Travis Vokalek and Austin Allen, we've seen some guys step into that spot that you can kind of call on. So no need to rush him back. No need to burn the red shirt when you've got guys. Because, you and I have talked a lot about what's going to happen with Austin Allen, what's going to happen with Travis Vokalek, 2 guys that could no doubt play on Sundays,
right.
could potentially go after this year. So, you utilize those guys and, bring Fedoni along slowly and get him in there when you can.
Chancellor Brewington has been huge.
Absolutely.
Has had some unbelievable goal line blocks to help spring a touchdown for Nebraska. So I think they'll be very disciplined with how they handle Thomas, but great news for him to get back on the field.
Yeah, and just again to get a feel for it, because you can redshirt and you don't play, even though you're going through maybe practicing, playing on the scout team. It's different when you get into a game. And so to get him some of that feel, depending on what happens with those other 2 tight ends moving forward, would be absolutely huge to get him some of that game-like experience moving forward.
So that injury happened, and I know I'm late for the break, but that injury happened the last week of April. 5 months? Basically just over 5 months, and he's back in practice. Isn't that crazy?
It's ACL or
yes.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly, if you get in there and kind of take care of your business, it's not a absolute devastating injury anymore where it's like, are they going to come back? When will they come back? Are they going to be as good as normal? It's kind of the way that that medical has come along, that it's an injury that you can bounce back from a lot quicker and a lot stronger.
Yeah, that's the thing. They've made it so now your knee's probably in better shape than it was before you tore it. Crazy. Hey, our Sports Nightly Hotline brought to you by the Woodhouse Auto Family. Shop Woodhouse. First 18 brands, 16 convenient locations, simplified car buying to save you time. Shop, finance, and buy online at woodhouse.com. Phone lines are open, 402-413-2400. The number if you want to dot us up with a comment or question or fire off a text. We're back with more of the show next.
You could win a 2021 Ford F-150 XL four-wheel drive Super Crew truck from the Woodhouse Auto Family this season. If the Huskers return the first or second half opening kick for a touchdown, Woodhouse will give away an F-150. New contestants will be chosen each week. For details on how to enter the Woodhouse Auto Family Kickoff Contest and official rules, go to woodhousekickoff.com. That's woodhousekickoff.com.
Valley 365 is here, and the time is now to take your farming technology full circle. Valley 365 is the ultimate command center, the new single sign-on platform that brings together our tried and true technology and streamlines your entire operation. Combining the best features of AgSense, Valley Scheduling, Valley VRI, and Valley Insights, Valley 365 is the next-level solution for connected crop management. Leverage your data, make the most of your time, and own your tomorrow. Contact your Valley dealer today.
Don't let the cold winter worry you. As Nebraska's leading supplier of propane, you can count on Sapp Brothers to keep your family warm this winter. You're like family, and your safety is the #1 priority of Sapp Brothers. When it comes to your propane needs, Sapp Brothers has you covered. Visit www.sappbros.net/petroleum to find your local Sapp Brothers propane expert. Celebrating 50 years of fueling America's heartland and welcoming guests, Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Husker Athletics.
There's a call on the field for a quality seed specific to where you farm. Make the right call with Prairie Valley. With local research in 8 regions throughout Nebraska, Prairie Valley performs with their locally specific hybrids and varieties while achieving the highest quality and yield. No matter where you farm in Nebraska, Prairie Valley has the seed for where you are. Find a local dealer and learn more about the seed for where you are at prairievalleyseeds.com.
While some seed companies put a greater stake in stock prices and anonymous shareholders, Rob Seco knows that what's important to you hits closer to home. That's why you'll find we're focused on your needs. With a simplicity that makes us easy to do business with, a relationship that makes it easy to connect with anyone in the company, and the technology, traits, and genetics you need from any source. Put your stock in the company that puts you first. Rob Seco.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Grace Fitzgibbon with Campus News. For the 4th year in a row, the University of Nebraska system ranked as one of the top 100 institutions worldwide in earning U.S. patents. The NU system was granted 38 patents, and of those, 27 were awarded to UNL researchers. The result? New startup companies, jobs, and university licensed products that grow Nebraska's economy.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
From sprains and stitches to sore throats and sinus infections. When it's care that can't wait, count on CHI Health Clinic Priority Care. Simply walk in 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You'll get the quality care you need without an appointment, and you'll never pay more than a regular primary care visit. Get in, get out, and get on with your day. Find a location near you at chihealth.com/prioritycare.
At Nebraska, our people will always be our greatest asset. Day by day, donors give our teams the best opportunity to compete and win through their generous donations. Our vision for the future is ambitious and requires help from those who want to see Husker athletics excel at the highest level. Go big and join thousands of other Huskers Athletic Fund members with your gift today at huskers.com/donate.
You could win a 2021 Ford F-150 XL four-wheel drive Super Crew truck from the Woodhouse Auto family this season. If the Huskers return the first or second half opening kick for a touchdown, Woodhouse will give away an F-150. New contestants will be chosen each week. For details on how to enter the Woodhouse Auto Family Kickoff Contest and official rules, go to woodhousekickoff.com. That's woodhousekickoff.com.
Walk these fields for 85 years. Grow deeper roots here. Know what thrives here. Bring in world-class genetics and innovative traits like Chrome triple stack corn hybrids and Enlist E3 soybeans. Refine it through pure local know-how and expertise. Do all of that, and the only thing left is the right seed. Hogemeyer. Learn more at therightseed.com.
Here is a before winter to-do list from J-Tech Construction. Let's start with windows. Triple pane window technology has saved homeowners countless dollars on heating and cooling bills. Siding serves a crucially important purpose, protecting your home and insulating it from adverse weather conditions. And don't forget about your roof. Designing your roof should be simple and painless, and J-Tech offers several payment plan options. One more thing on your to-do list, call J-Tech Construction, the official exterior experts of the Huskers.
Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is the place to watch Nebraska games this season. Locally owned and operated, Addie's is Omaha's premier sports bar with 4 locations in Elkhorn, Maple Street, Millard, and the new flagship Capitol location in downtown Omaha. If it's Husker game day, it's on at Addie's. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is Omaha's official watch party spot with game day giveaways, prizes, fun, and more surprises later in the season. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill. See you there for the game.
Visit a participating AGCO dealer between now and November 12th and enter for a chance to win a pair of tickets to the Nebraska-Iowa game the day after Thanksgiving in Lincoln. That will include some tailgate passes. See participating AGCO locations across Nebraska, and you could be a winner this season. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you here on a Tuesday night sports highlight. The volleyball hour coming up at the top of the hour. John Bader will be here to talk Husker volleyball. They're getting ready to go to Happy Valley to take on one of their longtime rivals, the Penn State Nittany Lions. On our text line, Dale in Hastings said, I haven't had that much fun at a game since we beat Michigan State in the snow. I think Dale's observation is shared by many.
Oh, yeah. We've got Husker football in the chat asked, so are they doing the light show in the future? I attended last week and was absolutely amazed with it. I mean, it has been awesome to see the response on the light show, and it is coming back. And as we talked about last night, now that people know what's coming, because I think they're kind of shocked by like what's going on, because the lights just go out and then what's going on, and now that people know, I think it is going to be absolutely nuts when that thing happens this week.
And Thunderstruck had people rocking. I mean, he had guys doing air guitars.
Oh, yeah.
there.
The players were on the bench doing it. Garrett
Yeah.
Nelson was. He loved it. By the way, he told me his dream was to start a garage band.
Why does that not surprise me? What, right? Come on.
I know. So he was over there doing the air guitar. So, yeah, I think now that people know, the players didn't know what was going on either. So
No.
I think it's going to be absolutely lit when that happens this
Gonna be fun.
Saturday.
Hopefully we get the chance, because I don't think we have to be in a certain position in the game to do it.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully we're ahead.
Oh, yeah.
At that point, do that again. Let's head to the phone. Let's go up to West Point and Pete. Good evening, Pete.
Good evening. How you doing?
Great, thanks.
I've got a comment, and then I've got a question. My comment is I think the safeties are going to be critical in playing Michigan. Coming up on the run support, I think, is going to be critical. The second question I have is JoJo Dolman. He's listed as an outside linebacker, but ain't he playing kind of a free safety more than he's playing linebacker? Could you kind of describe what his role and position is?
I will. Pete, appreciate it. Thank you. I think you're dead on about the safeties. They're really key. Michigan wants to pound, and then play action, and if your safeties suck up too much, then they can beat you over the top at a big play. That's exactly what they want to try to do. That's out of the Harbaugh playbook. And on JoJo, it is hard to describe what he does because he does a little bit of everything. He's that hybrid guy that's big enough to come in and defend the run, rush the quarterback, but also drop back and cover. And there's not many guys like that on many teams. He's a real special talent.
Yeah, I mean, his speed is just, a problem because big guys normally, it's kind of the same thing with Yant. I mean, big guys normally don't move that way, and not just just straight speed, but he's quick and can match up with some of those faster guys. So, yeah, I mean, I think they utilize him depending on what the offense is trying to do. So it looks different week to week sometimes, what he's actually lined up to do. But yeah, it's a luxury to have a guy that it's not a weakness, because if offenses try to start game planning around what he does, he can't do this very well, let's line up this guy here, but he can match up with so many different guys that you can't really game plan around his weaknesses.
It'd be interesting to ask him that question. Describe your role and let him take off with it.
Well, I heard him doing an interview in the radio booth the other day, and they asked him, what's your favorite thing to do? And he said, blitz the quarterback.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, I think that's where he likes to maybe, but he also doesn't mind matching up. But I think he'll say he's willing to do anything and everything that this team needs him to do week in and week out.
I'm just sitting here thinking about our first 6 games, and I can almost pick out 4 or 5 plays a game that he makes. And, again, they don't necessarily show up in stats. They did the other night because he got a sack of the Northwestern quarterback, but he made a nice tackle on a 4th down try by Michigan State. And Sparty should have had a pick at Oklahoma. He was right there in position to get an interception, didn't get it. I'm sure he'd like to have that back.
And he's so smart, as we've heard these, Matt and Jeremiah say on the broadcast so many times about, he didn't bite here. He didn't bite on the fake, or if team's trying to maybe throw a little something different, he can see it. He studies, and he's smart. He understands the game. I think it's really slowed down for him this year, so he's just on a different level. It's different when you're a freshman, sophomore, and a senior, a 6-year guy that's been around and played so much football. I mean, I think he can see things coming that a lot of guys maybe can't.
Right. Good question, Pete. Thank you for the phone call. 402-413-2400, the number to dot us up with a comment or question or fire off a text. We've got a few minutes left of the program. We're back to wrap up this hour next.
Want to get all the latest Husker news straight to your phone? Need to be the first of your friends to get the scoop on all things Huskers? Sign up for text alerts from Nebraska Athletics. Text Huskers to 83200 to get game time notifications and updates, breaking news, special ticket offers, and more straight to your phone. All the Husker news is just a quick text away. Just text Huskers to 83200. Standard text messaging rates apply and may vary by carrier.
Walk these fields for 85 years. Grow deeper roots here. Know what thrives here. Bring in world-class genetics and innovative traits like Chrome triple stack corn hybrids and Enlist E3 soybeans. Refine it through pure local know-how and expertise. Do all of that, and the only thing left is the right seed. Hogemeyer. Learn more at therightseed.com.
From vintage sneakers to bacon-scented soap to water fountains for your pet, all can be had with a few simple clicks. Problem is, you never really know what you're going to get until they show up at your door. Introducing Ford Blue Advantage. It's used car buying that's built for you. Not only can you shop for used vehicles online, in person, or both, you can also test drive before you buy, so you know exactly what you're getting. Plus, get history reports, vehicle inspections, Ford warranties, and the expertise of factory-trained techs. Visit FordBlueAdvantage.com today.
Valley 365 is here, and the time is now to take your farming technology full circle. Valley 365 is the ultimate command center, the new single sign-on platform that brings together our tried and true technology and streamlines your entire operation. Combining the best features of AgSense, Valley Scheduling, Valley VRI, and Valley Insights, Valley 365 is the next level solution for connected crop management. Leverage your data, make the most of your time, and own your tomorrow. Contact your Valley dealer today.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
It's game on at Sid Dillon Buick GMC Cadillac in Fremont, featuring our winning combination of Buick SUVs and GMC trucks and SUVs. And as a GMC Business Elite dealer, we offer commercial vehicles for your business needs. For the convenient and easy way to shop for your next vehicle, just visit our Fremont location or check out our full inventory at SidDillonBuickGMC.com.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
We are professional grade.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres Equipment, Nebraska's premier John Deere dealer with 27 locations across Nebraska and into Kansas. Acres Solutions for every field. 402-413-2400, the number to dial us up with a comment or question. Got playoff baseball about to start tonight. Fenway Park, the Yankees and the Red Sox, both teams being introduced to the crowd.
Who are you going for?
In this is a winner-take-all game.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the Yankees. Garrett Cole's pitching this one, so I think the Yankees win this one tonight.
That's why he was brought on, right?
Right. Win games like this, so should be fun. I'm going to go watch a little bit of that later tonight.
You mentioned the text line. We got to read these shout-outs. You got a lot of birthday
that's nice.
Birthday messages in here from people all over. And Rudy says, you're the best level-headed sportscaster. Go Big Red. Happy birthday.
That's
and
nice.
Dale says happy birthday. Or no, you got a few in here, so happy birthday. And by the way, here's your birthday cake.
All right.
You can share it with the crew.
Those are little, those look good.
I was told you like those cupcakes.
I do. Heidi tell you that?
Heidi did, yep.
Yeah. Heidi's she's the queen of that stuff. She knows exactly the sweet spot for everybody. Well, thank you. That's very, very nice of everybody. I did see another text. How much influence do you think Jason Peter and Jay Foreman have had on the attitude of the defense? I think it has to be a little bit, right?
Yeah.
They've been at most practices. I think they do rub off on those guys.
Yeah, and I mean, just watching some video of some of the, even his black shirt presentation and just, some of the things where you see him kind of energetic, intense, and I think the guys feed off of that. He shaved Ty Robinson's head, all of that.
Yeah.
So I think, absolutely, I think he's made an impact.
And I hope folks are enjoying Jay on Big Red Reaction. I think he does it. And he's, speaking of level-headed, he's really level-headed on that show.
Yeah, because there's some people that call in and get a little angry, and he does not get too hyped up about it.
Hey, he's a really good guy. I hope people are enjoying hearing Jay on Big Red Reaction. They'll be up late again this week at the night game. They'll be on the air until 1:30 in the morning. Andrew will keep them awake. He gives them some Mountain Dew to keep them fired up and ready to roll. Hey, buckle up, put that phone down. A reminder for the NDOT Highway Safety Office. That's going to do it for the two of us. We got volleyball coming up next hour. The Volleyball Show with John Cook, John Bader, ready to talk about a weekend sweep over the Michigan schools. Hopefully that Michigan sweep wears off for the football team on Saturday night. Enjoy the volleyball chatter coming up next hour.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
From the field to game day tailgates, make the most of the season with a truck from Woodhouse. Our team is ready to help you get the job done with a full lineup of our new or new-to-you trucks from Ford, Chevy, Ram, GMC, and Nissan. Plus, shop, finance, and buy your way online at woodhouse.com or one of our 17 dealerships. So get a win this season with a truck from Woodhouse, the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics.
Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is the place to watch Nebraska games this season. Locally owned and operated, Addie's is Omaha's premier sports bar with 4 locations in Elkhorn, Maple Street, Millard, and the new flagship Capitol location in downtown Omaha. If it's Husker game day, it's on at Addie's. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is Omaha's official watch party spot with game day giveaways, prizes, fun, and more surprises later in the season. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill. See you there for the game.
Hey, Husker fans, if you're looking for an exciting new career as part of your pandemic recovery, Iowa has over 75,000 job openings in industries such as healthcare, advanced manufacturing, construction, IT, and ag. IowaWorks.gov has more information about job openings, earn while you learn apprenticeships, and exciting training and scholarship opportunities. Find your next great job in Iowa. They've got a solid game plan, a bright future, and want you on their team. www.iowaworks.gov.
Here we go again. The celebrating, the accolades. Ever since we added Marco to our team, our technology can't lose. Day after day, success after success, Marco's made our business IT a force to be reckoned with. The only drawback of being technology all-stars is keeping champagne away from the electronics. Find out what your technology could be saying at marconet.com.
Live from the Acres Broadcast Center inside East Stadium, this is the Nebraska Volleyball Show. Sports Nightly is presented by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Passed by Kayla, the slide, Kayla Caffey, kaboom! KCT. When you're struggling, it's Kayla Caffey time. Done by Alexi Rodriguez, Nebraska. Long shoot set, Schwarzenbach deals another. This one's had more plot twists than a novel.
All the Huskers, all the time. Here's your host, John Baylor, on the Huskers Radio Network.
Greetings, Nebraska. Hello,
hello.
Happy Tuesday night, 7 until 8 Central Time. It's your Nebraska Volleyball Show. I'm your host, John Baylor, soon to be joined by the head coach, John Cook, in the aftermath of Nebraska's highly successful weekend against the Michiganders. First, Michigan on Friday night. It wasn't even that close. Huskers hit 462 and torched Michigan, 25, 14, 15, and 13. Michigan, a team that nearly defeated Minnesota on the road. Huskers overwhelmed the Wolverines Friday. Then Sunday's matinee against Michigan State. Huskers in control throughout the afternoon, winning that one 25-16, 25-19, 25-20. Sure, the victories somewhat anticipated, but the method in which the victories were attained, the lopsided nature of those contests, really eye-opening. And there was a huge addition to the lineup, which may have had something to do with it, as now the Huskers get ready for the big one. On the road, Penn State, Friday night, 6 p.m. local time, first serve, 5:30 pregame here on the HRN. Penn State 11-3, also 4-0 in the conference. Penn State this year has lost to Stanford in 5, and of their big win, a sweep over top 5 Ohio State a couple weekends ago, 25-19, 27-25, and then 25-21. And they've also taken down Rutgers, Maryland in 5, and Indiana. Penn State and Nebraska combined 12 national championships between them. Perhaps the Nebraska-Oklahoma football rivalry comparable for volleyball. Nebraska and Penn State, two of the juggernauts in the sport of volleyball. So, Friday night, be with us, 6 o'clock first serve, and you can join us right now at 402-413-2400. That's 402-413-2400. Let's bring in the head coach of Nebraska Volleyball, John Cook. Good evening.
Good evening, JB. How you doing?
Very well. Appreciate the curiosity. How has this day, your Tuesday, been for you?
Been a grinder.
Just nonstop from the moment you woke up?
Nonstop, preparing, weights, practice, now radio.
Yoga?
No yoga today, no. Lifted weights, we lifted as a team today, and then preparing for Penn State Rutgers, big weekend. We got a short week because, we had to take yesterday off.
Do you lift a lot during the season? Just to keep the muscles strong?
Yeah.
But is there any concern you might overlift and you constrict a little bit?
No.
Not at all.
Michael Jordan lifted
all the time.
Game days. Game days he would lift.
But the players don't lift on game days, do they?
No.
But during the week, they're lifting.
Yep, they lift twice a week.
During the season?
Yeah.
Off season?
Some people lift more than twice a week. So, Lauren Stivrins lifts every day.
Even with the back?
Oh, yeah.
Because she's figured out, under the tutelage of Brian Schmidt, the strength training coach, how to lift and make sure she's still safe.
Yeah, she's just trying to get stronger. So,
I think it's working. What do you think?
She did pretty good. So, and she looks good and she feels good. And but as they get older, they can do more of that. We have some other players that lift more than twice a week. They want to. So I think I would like to do more of it, and it's something we've talked about, lifting 3 or 4 days a week. But again, what the problem you run into is, okay, we practice, and then you got to come and lift in the morning, and now you're looking at 2 days, basically, 3 or 4 days a week. So mentally, that might wear on players over time. They just, then they got to go to class, and so it becomes more of a grind.
And you are a huge advocate for those of us in our adult years to continue lifting.
No question. The older you get, the harder you got to go.
The harder you got to go.
Oh yeah.
So increase the incline, increase the bench. Why?
Because you'll lose as you get older. You start losing muscle and flexibility and strength, and so you've got to push harder to try to maintain that.
So this isn't just to help the marriage. This is to help the strength, flexibility, so you can keep doing stuff.
Right. I work out hard so I can be in the gym every day, have energy, train, hit balls, work with these guys. So.
What do you think of this phrase? We don't stop doing things because we get old. We get old because we stop doing things.
That's a great call. So for me, I try to go 7 days a week. So between cardio and lifting and flexibility, we do yoga. we got Kelly has a Peloton app.
Kelly
Hunter
has a Peloton because she is a Peloton.
No, she has a Peloton.
Just an app. Okay.
And on your phone, so she plugs it into our TV that's down in the court.
Mm-hmm.
And as a staff, we go down there and do a yoga class that comes off her phone via Peloton. These instructors, it's great.
The whole team?
You can no, just the coaches.
Okay.
So you can pick how hard you want it, how easy you want it, what type of yoga you want. I mean, there's like 1,500 classes or something. And then they yell out to people like, "Oh, so and so just had their 300th class."
Nice.
So I'm kind of hoping someday they'll do a shout out to me.
That'd be great. Too bad that this work gets in the way now and then. I mean,
I know.
It'd be kind of nice just dawn to dusk, yoga, workout, feeling better. Well, Husker fans are feeling better. A week ago, Coach, you were talking a good game, but I think some of the fans were a little anxious about the way things were going. I know Huskers had just beaten Northwestern and Iowa, and that was a start, but boy, it just seems like a different group right now. Not just Lauren's arrival, but everyone else. Lindsey Krause, everyone just seems like new and improved.
Well, we train, and we got a lineup, and so they're starting to build on that. I think a lot of it is Nicklin is setting better, and I just think they're getting more comfortable in their roles. And we talked about by the time we get to Big Ten, we better start cranking it up. And you say it's just Northwestern. Let's see, Northwestern had 4 match points on Minnesota in the game 4. So, and then they went 5 at Illinois. So this is Northwestern's a dangerous team. Michigan's going to win some matches. In Michigan State, if they can pass a little bit better, if you don't serve them tough, you're going to have a heck of a time dealing with that team.
Yeah, they got some good front row attackers.
Yeah, our serving got to them, and we slowed down Franklin, who was averaging 5.8 kills a game in the Big Ten. When was the last time somebody did that? Samaday's not even doing that.
In the conference, you're right. She was averaging in her first 3 matches of the season, almost 6 kills a set, and you had her hitting negative after 2 sets.
She only had 5 kills the whole match.
How did you do that?
A lot of it was serving, and then she just never got in a rhythm, and we were prepared. If you're getting 6 kills a game, you know where the ball is going. So, but we prepared well, and our team followed the game plan. And
Sarah Franklin, the great sophomore outside hitter, right side hitter, hit negative for the match. And one thing we commented during the broadcast is that it seems like you and your coaches, whoever the assistants may be, have a great plan against elite players. That's one reason it's so noteworthy that there are members of what we call the anti-Husker team. Because these are rare examples of star players, sometimes not such big-name players, who just go wild against the Huskers. It doesn't happen very often. Sarah Franklin's a case in point. What are the secrets to neutralizing and undermining these elite all-American players so that seemingly regularly they rarely have great nights against Nebraska?
We make it personal.
Make it personal. Say more.
Not much more to say. We make it personal. Like, we're not going to let this player beat us. So that's part of it.
Okay.
I mean, it's coaching 101, and then we train to stop those great players. We give our players, we try to give them everything happens so fast. So can they anticipate what's going to happen and not have to think about it and not get out overwhelmed or like we weren't prepared for this, and then they start their heads start spinning. So it's just great preparation. We spend a lot of time on preparing for teams.
One tactic you typically use against the elite players is you serve them, make them do more than they want to.
Sometimes it depends on that, but if you watched our match against Michigan State, we did not start off serving her. And the reason is, like I'll say this because we don't play them again this year, is they actually hit better when she passes, and she hit better when she passed. So we decided, and everybody starts serving her. So like Indiana beat them in the very first match. And remember, I think you mentioned they were coming off COVID. They had a rough start. Yep. And they tried to serve her every ball, and they ended up winning. But other teams had done that, and like Iowa tried it, didn't work. Michigan tried it and barely squeaked out a couple, I think 3 deuce games to beat them. So we decided we're not going to do that because they're just expecting that. It's like, hey, she's going to get, and then eventually you go to somebody else. So we changed up. We started serving libero, and we call it blasted libero. And liberos sometimes aren't used to passing, because they don't get served.
Interesting.
So, and you saw, I mean, she was struggled. First 5 balls. I mean, they weren't even in the same zip code.
You serve a libero like, whoa, the ball's coming to me.
Yeah. So anyway, she got better as the match went on, and then we started going to Franklin, and then we started mixing some serves up. But so I mean, it's a chess game. You're playing all the time, trying to figure out how to find a point here or there.
How much more talented is Penn State than the first 4 teams you've faced in the conference?
Well, they have 3 all-conference players. Horde, Rollins has been an all-conference player, and Pritchard's been an all-conference player.
Is she going to be healthy for Friday?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't talk to Russ today. And then they've got Johnny Parker.
Yeah.
So
4.
So now, how much more talent are they than some of the players we've played? I mean, they just have more talented players than those other teams, but everybody's got talent.
402-413-2400, 402-413-2400. Practice yesterday and today. How did the Huskers look?
Well, John, we didn't practice yesterday because we had a mandatory day off.
Which means they did not look good or bad.
Yeah, so if I said, yeah, we had a pretty good practice, I would get in trouble with compliance.
But the answer to the question is they didn't look good or bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
We told them to go get some sun,
And did
take
they
a
take
day
your
off.
advice? They didn't Netflix it?
I don't know.
I hope not.
I think they were pretty busy.
Good.
It was a long week.
Yeah.
So next week's going to be a long week. And Sundays makes the week drag out. But, we got after it today hard, and they got after it.
Sometimes when you give young people free time, they just Netflix the whole time away.
I don't think our players do.
I think you're right. And they're role models for a reason.
Yeah.
Because you don't get that time back.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, hold on, my life expectancy just expanded by the time I spent watching that movie. No. 402-413-2400. More Nebraska Volleyball Show after you hear this.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2021 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. It will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. It'll get you off the beaten path with 8.7 inches of ground clearance, more than Toyota RAV4 or Honda Passport. It's the best Outback ever. The 2021 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you. Comparison based on competitor information from manufacturer websites as of July 2020. Visit Beardmore Subaru in Bellevue or at beardmoresubaru.com.
Welcome to Ag Answers, where we answer common questions related to farming and ranching. Today's topic, animal agriculture. There's been a lot of talk suggesting that giving up meat is good for the environment. However, livestock emissions only account for less than 4% of greenhouse gas emissions, according to the Environmental Protection Agency. Also, by reducing meat in your diet, you're missing out on all sorts of beneficial nutrients like protein, iron, and zinc. This message is brought to you by Nebraska's corn and soybean farmers.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Grace Fitzgibbon with Campus News. The Rural Fellows Program doubled their average number of participating students this year, putting UNL student interns to work in 17 Nebraska communities for the summer. Interns use their skills to get real-world experience on a variety of projects, from mapping out trail systems to creating promotional videos to researching and documenting local history.
Touchdown, Nebraska!
If you're doing business in Nebraska, the best way to connect your organization with the excitement surrounding the Huskers is through a partnership with Nebraska Athletics. You can take your business to the next level by reaching loyal Husker fans through in-venue signage, digital and social media, radio advertising, and more. Join the Husker team today and email partners@huskers.com to learn more about opportunities to connect with Husker Nation. That's partners@huskers.com.
Both farmers and Division I athletes are alike in that every season presents a new opportunity. Aurora Cooperative does what they always do, which is lean into every new opportunity. They focus on their roots and continue to stay tougher together with their farmer owners. These core beliefs are much like those of committed Husker athletes. Aurora Cooperative leans on their values of a strong work ethic to get any job done for their producers. Aurora Cooperative, tougher together.
Preparation. It's the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Huskers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride, powered locally.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Score a game-winning drive when you buy your next vehicle at Sid Dillon Chevrolet. As a Chevrolet Business Elite dealer, we offer commercial vehicles, including medium-duty trucks and low-cab forwards. Whatever vehicle fits your needs, we're here to make the purchase process easy. Visit our Chevy locations in Blair, Crete, Fremont, or Wahoo. Plus, shop our full inventory at SidDillonChevy.com.
You are what drives us. Sid Dillon.
Chevy, find new roads.
Addie Sports Bar and Grill is the place to watch Nebraska games this season. Locally owned and operated, Addie's is Omaha's premier sports bar with 4 locations in Elkhorn, Maple Street, Millard, and the new flagship Capitol location in downtown Omaha. If it's Husker game day, it's on at Addie's. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is Omaha's official watch party spot with game day giveaways, prizes, fun, and more surprises later in the season. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill. See you there for the game.
From vintage sneakers to bacon-scented soap to water fountains for your pet, all can be had with a few simple clicks. Problem is, you never really know what you're going to get until they show up at your door. Introducing Ford Blue Advantage. It's used car buying that's built for you. Not only can you shop for used vehicles online, in person, or both, you can also test drive before you buy, so you know exactly what you're getting. Plus, get history reports, vehicle inspections, Ford warranties, and the expertise of factory-trained techs. Visit FordBlueAdvantage.com today.
Hey, Husker fans, if you're looking for an exciting new career as part of your pandemic recovery, Iowa has over 75,000 job openings in industries such as healthcare, advanced manufacturing, construction, IT, and ag. IowaWorks.gov has more information about job openings, earn while you learn apprenticeships, and exciting training and scholarship opportunities. Find your next great job in Iowa. They've got a solid game plan, a bright future, and want you on their team. www.iowaworks.gov. Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
Addie Sports Bar and Grill is the place to watch Nebraska games this season. Locally owned and operated, Addie's is Omaha's premier sports bar with 4 locations in Elkhorn, Maple Street, Millard, and the new flagship Capitol location in downtown Omaha. If it's Husker game day, it's on at Addie's. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is Omaha's official watch party spot with game day giveaways, prizes, fun, and more surprises later in the season. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill. See you there for the game.
Welcome back, one and all. Your Nebraska volleyball show. The Big Red playing on Friday night against Penn State. 6 p.m. Friday night. And then 12 noon on Sunday, Central Time, against Rutgers. And Rutgers is 8-7, 0-4 in the conference. And Penn State, 6 p.m. on Friday night, are 11-3 and 4-0. Coach, tell us about how this Rutgers match is no longer on Saturday. It's going to be on Sunday.
Well, it's always been on Sunday, JB, as far as I know. But they have a football game Saturday, so they moved the volleyball game to Sunday. So we get to spend an extra day in New Jersey. So
long trip. And you're playing, you're confronting football with Penn State hosting football on Saturday. And so you can't stay anywhere close to Happy Valley.
Yeah, we're not in your favorite hotel, let's put it that way. So, you know, and I was talking with the Michigan State coach about this, and I bring it up every year, and I'm going to bring it up again. The problem is some of these, you know, college towns like State College, if they have football, they sell out the hotels, so you can't get hotels, you know, and or you got to get a 2-night minimum, and they charge you arm and a leg. And so, but we're trying to save money. So my proposal is the Big Ten should make every school, you set aside, you know, 12 hotel rooms or whatever it is, every football weekend you have to set aside. So for Nebraska, let's say we say the Embassy Suites or the Marriott or the Graduate. We're going to buy 12 hotel rooms for every time we have a football game for visiting volleyball teams. And to avoid the 2-night minimum, because a volleyball team comes in, they play, and then they're out of here, and they're going to Iowa to play next. So that way you avoid the 2-night minimum. The hotel still gets their two-night minimum, but it's just a different team comes and takes over the rooms. But I brought it up, and the Big Ten doesn't want to do that. And to me, it's they tell you they want you to save money, and the ADs are honest about saving money, and we play Friday, Saturday to save money. But then they won't make everybody, do a hotel deal to save money at a decent rate. But we've been at State College, it's $400 or $500 for a hotel room.
Because you guys are on your own trying to navigate and figure out what the cheapest room is.
Because they can get that because there's so few hotel rooms, and they have 100,000 people coming there for a football game. So State College is bad. Indiana, Purdue, those guys are, it's hard to find hotel rooms, and we always stay like 20, 30 minutes away. So anyway, there's my beef of the day.
Sports Nightly.
We had to do a promo on that commercial, beef of the day, Nebraska beef of the Coach Cook's beef of the day.
Because you usually have
sponsored
one.
by Nebraska beef. I need an NIL deal on that.
You're NIL
Nebraska
eligible.
beef, my beef of the day.
I like it. It's what's for dinner.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we have a good question. What was the long discussion Michigan match Friday night, set 3? The officials held up the match for a long time. What do you think they were talking about?
Well, at first, they thought that, first of all, we were telling them the score was off. So our people caught it and were saying, hey, the score's not right. We were down a point that we should have had. So they've worked through that, got that right. And then for some reason, they thought Michigan had subbed wrong and they had the wrong server. And so they ran, they went a couple rotations with the wrong server. So then they had to go back and refigure all that out. So as it turned out, either they said, okay, everything's okay, or they made it okay or whatever. But I don't know. It was a long discussion. And so I don't know if that was the Michigan or it was our score people. But, yeah, it definitely slows the match down.
If the match had been closer, would you have paid more attention to what they were discussing?
Well, no. I mean, they got to work it out. And, we got those score people have been here longer before I got here.
They do a great job.
So they're very experienced. So I don't know what happened exactly, but, sometimes that happens. I mean, we've been in Final Fours, and all of a sudden they, mess it up, and you're sitting there for 5 minutes till they're trying to figure it out.
What the score is.
Yeah.
And that's one reason we keep it more calling the match, make sure we at least have it right. The Sports Nightly Hotline is brought to you by Woodhouse Auto Family, shop Woodhouse first. 18 brands, 16 convenient locations, simplified car buying to save you time. Shop, finance, and buy online at woodhouse.com. And Nebraska 811 says, go dig red. Before you dig, always call or click 811 to have your utility lines marked. It's free, it's easy, it's the law. Nebraska 811. You can visit with head coach John Cook talking about Nebraska volleyball, 7 until 8 Central Time, most Tuesdays through the season. 402-413-2100. That's 402-413-2400. 402-413-2400. All right, you've got a lot of competition at that second outside position right now, Coach. Allie Batenhorst, Lexi Sun, how close is that competition? Or is it just pretty much swinging wildly every week?
Allie's been our starter. She's done a pretty solid job. We like to get some more kills out of that position, so they pretty much are. They got to prove it every day in our gym. So I think that's gone well, and it holds them accountable. And so anyway. But we'll see. I continue to try to rotate some people in when we have opportunities, and if somebody isn't getting it done, we got people that want to play.
Lexi's hitting just 177 for the year. Allie 167. You've got to want a lot more productivity from that position.
Yeah, and if you look at you can't go by everything on that, because you go back, okay, how many good sets did they get in system? Now that Lauren's back, we get a good pass, we're setting Lauren. So they get a lot of junk and long rallies, but they've got to manage that. And I think Allie's done a really good job of managing and trying to be creative. But she's made a couple errors, but she's a freshman, and it's a tough position.
Now, Coach, this will be quite a duel among the middles on Friday night. You have two of the great middles in the country, Caitlin Horton for Penn State, Lauren Stivrins for Nebraska. Is there any truth to the idea maybe Lauren's the best attacker from behind the setter, maybe Caitlin Horton's one of the best attackers from in front of the center this year?
Yeah, Caitlin really doesn't go behind the setter much for Penn State, and she's leading the conference in blocking. So
1.8%.
Yeah. So anyway, it's it'll be a great storyline watching those two go at it. I don't know if they'll be matched up on each other. We don't know, but their other middle is a transfer from Tennessee who's playing really well. Holland, I think, is her name, and so but those two will create some matchup problems for us. And they're a great team. They always are. So we're going to be playing a lot of these matches against great teams here as we continue down the stretch in the Big Ten.
With each squad having 2 or 3 super seniors, are you noticing that the quality of play is above normal?
It feels like it. I just look at some of the shots that these guys hit and the serving. It's high level. I don't know how to describe it, but it feels faster. And I'm just talking about like when we played Utah, Louisville. Some of those got Stanford. Every team has talent, and I feel like the setting is pretty good everywhere. And so serving and passing is a big deal, and you got to play great and win a lot of close games. Look how many deuce games there are. And just to put that in perspective, Washington State had a 46-44 game.
That's
46-44. That's like 2 games in one. But just think the back and forth on that one.
Just much more parity than you've seen.
And then Northwestern just had 4 match points on Minnesota and couldn't finish it. Like I said, you got to win close games.
Maryland beat Minnesota. Maryland went 5 with Penn State.
No, Maryland beat Wisconsin and then went 5 with Penn State.
That's incredible. Yeah. Maryland beat Wisconsin.
And then Indiana just went 4 with Penn State, and Indiana beat Michigan State 3-0. Almost as bad as probably worse than we beat them. And Maryland was picked to finish last in the conference, so that just puts it all in perspective right there.
And they lost Erica Pritchard, their great all-conference
She's playing
player.
For Penn State.
Playing for Penn State.
Yeah.
Imagine if she had stuck around.
Yeah.
402-413-2400. More upsets than ever. And do you attribute that at all to the fact they didn't play last fall, they played last spring? We've got players around for the 5th, sometimes 6 years, or just increased parity? I mean, all of these club programs all over the country. I mean, volleyball club programs are highly profitable enterprises with lots and lots of players going through them. And a lot of these players are like 5'5", 5'6", 5'7". I mean, these aren't libero programs. These are like volleyball programs, and these players are chasing dreams. Well, when you have such a higher number of girls playing volleyball 2-3 nights a week, 6, 7, 8 months a year, you're just going to have a lot more elite, skilled players. Is that what we're seeing?
Yep, exactly. And it's all over the country. So club volleyball has exploded, and there's a lot of girls playing. And you're right, it's a business, so they've got to produce, they've got to train, they've got to promote, they got to when they put players in programs that helps them for younger kids coming up. So I mean, it's a big time business, and each club's trying to show what they can do.
There are not a lot of players who can play even Division I. I mean, not a lot of players are going to be playing college. It's just amazing how many families are chasing this dream. What thoughts do you have for them?
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with chasing dreams, and a lot of them that if they make the top club teams in their clubs will play Division I. I mean, if you look at a lot of the games we watch, I mean, most of those players will be Division I players. And I don't know how many. You think about there's 300 and something Division I schools. Let's say they all average 3 freshmen a year, maybe 4. You're looking at 1,000 to 1,200, Division I signees. So, and then it goes NAIA Division II from there.
And the carrot is even more tantalizing in volleyball because it's a sport where you get everything paid for. There's no partials, right? You don't split up your scholarships.
Yeah, not in Division I. Now Division II NAIA is a different story, but not in Division I.
So if someone's on scholarship playing volleyball, everything's paid for.
Yep.
But if you're on scholarship playing softball, you might be on a partial scholarship. Baseball.
I don't know. I think softball. I don't know if they're partial or not.
Baseball would be one.
Soccer, I believe, is it a head count sport? I know women's basketball is. One of the other, maybe it's gymnastics is a head count sport. I think they try to keep it even with head count sports, but might be gymnastics, and then the other ones are, they can divide it all up.
Here's Greg in Grand Island. Greg, great to have you. You're on the Nebraska Volleyball Show.
Hey,
Hello,
thanks, Coach, for taking my call. I just wanted to ask real quick about how Kaylin Meyer's coming along. I know she played a little bit early, and she just seems like such a gifted athlete. I was just curious if you'd talk about her and her future a little bit. And then secondly, just real quick, I was wondering about when Jordan Larson was there the other night. Did she talk to the girls before the game, and kind of what was her message? And I'll hang up and listen. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, first of all, Kaylin's doing great. She's just behind 2 great middles, but she works hard, and she's improving. She's starting to do some really elite things, and she's somebody that we have really high expectations for down the road here. So that's the answer to Kaylin. She's a great student. She's studying how to build tractors better, so engineering tractors. And Jordan did not meet with our team. She was on a very busy schedule. In fact, I didn't even get to see her. We just texted, and she came to the game, but she had a lot of other stuff going on. So she really, our schedules never worked out. And she also had family stuff going back on in Hooper. So she was back and forth, and really never got to mix with our team. But having said that, in August she did do a Zoom with our team, and so we talk to her periodically. The goal is, we're working on building a statue for her. So the goal will be at some point to get her back here to finalize all that, and I'm not sure when that'll be, but we're in the process of doing that, making a statue memorial type thing around Devaney.
So a new Jordan Larson statue at some point. South entrance?
That's what we're thinking, south entrance. So we got people working on the designs, and I think it would be epic for volleyball. It would be epic for Jordan. She certainly has deserved it. I mean, you heard the ovation at the football game.
Amazing.
And our players may have talked to her at the football game. I did not, so I don't know about that one. But they were down the sideline, close by each other. I got out there later, so there may have been interactions with her then I didn't know about, but we didn't have anything official.
You're listening to your Nebraska Volleyball Show.
It's football season. Husker Nation and Famous Dave's is here to make your tailgate, house party, or get-together famous. Award-winning and house-smoked St. Louis-style ribs, Texas beef brisket, Georgia chopped pork, and house-made sides like our Wilbur beans, creamy coleslaw, and Dave's cheesy mac and cheese will surely tackle any barbecue craving. Visit famousdaves.com for all your catering and online ordering needs, or come visit us at our locations in Lincoln and Bellevue.
You could win a 2021 Ford F-150 XL four-wheel drive Super Crew truck from the Woodhouse Auto family this season. If the Huskers return the first or second half opening kick for a touchdown, Woodhouse will give away an F-150. New contestants will be chosen each week. For details on how to enter the Woodhouse Auto Family Kickoff Contest and official rules, go to woodhousekickoff.com. That's woodhousekickoff.com. Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red. What is highbid.com? It's the online auction site for just about everything under the sun. Art and antiques, cars and coins, office equipment and furniture, toys and tools. You can find it all at highbid.com. Highbid.com gives you access to thousands of auctions across the USA and around the world. Browse the most popular auctions, search for the exact item you want, or just explore the site. Go to highbid.com. That's HIBID.com and find what you're looking for today.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Shelter agent Brent Custer in Broken Bow and get the insurance coverage you need at the right price.
You've trained for this all year. Endless hours of cardio, conditioning, and weights. And now, you are ready. Ready to trek back to your seat from the concession stand. Through the lines, lost fans, and that mascot who wants you to do a little dancey dance. All without spilling a drop of your ice-cold Bud Light. Welcome back to football, sports fans.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
It's Game On at Sid Dillon Buick GMC Cadillac in Fremont, featuring our winning combination of Buick SUVs and GMC trucks and SUVs. And as a GMC Business Elite dealer, we offer commercial vehicles for your business needs. For the convenient and easy way to shop for your next vehicle, just visit our Fremont location or check out our full inventory at SidDillonBuickGMC.com.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
We are professional grade.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Grace Fitzgibbon with Campus News. UNL has been named one of the best schools for veterans for the 5th year in a row. The ranking on the Military Times Best for Vets survey reflects the hard work of Nebraska's Military and Veteran Success Center, serving military dependents, veterans, National Guard members, active duty troops, and many Husker students in the reserves.
Today's Play of the Day comes from Nebraska. We pick it up with the local sports announcer at a Nebraska lottery retailer.
Dave enters the store. He makes a move to the checkout counter. Looks like he's going to pass. Yes, he's passing the clerk a few dollars. The clerk takes the handoff and spins around. It looks like like he's placed the scratch tickets on the counter, and now Dave has them in his hand. It's the old Scratch-a-rooski. He scratches left, he scratches right. Oh my, he's done it. Dave has scored a bundle of cash.
Play is good. Go play. Odds vary by game.
Triple B Feed has the products to help your cows thrive. Whether it's weekly delivery of consumption-controlled Lumix liquid minerals with protein or Redmond natural mineral salt for livestock or humans, Triple B has you covered. Let Brian and Brad Blahorn take some of the stress out of your beef production this year. For more information and other products, visit triplebfeed.com. Triple B Feed, helping you and your cattle.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2021 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. It will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. It'll get you off the beaten path with 8.7 inches of ground clearance, more than Toyota RAV4 or Honda Passport. It's the best Outback ever. The 2021 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you. Comparison based on competitor information from manufacturer websites as of July 2020. Visit Beardmore Subaru in Bellevue or at beardmoresubaru.com.
You trained for this all year. Endless hours of cardio, conditioning, and weights. And now you are ready. Ready to trek back to your seat from the concession stand. Through the lines, lost fans, and that mascot who wants you to do a little dancey dance, all without spilling a drop of your ice-cold Bud Light. Welcome back to football, sports fans.
Welcome back to your Nebraska Volleyball Show. We got 3 text messages I want to get through in a second. But, Coach, does Whitney Lonstein have one of the fastest arms you've ever had? And does she have, like, some of the fastest twitch muscles you've ever seen? I mean, she just...
Yeah, I mean, she's state champ 300 hurdles. Yeah. So she's just a beautiful volleyball player to watch. She just has great arm swing, great technique. She's got great feet.
High velocity.
Yeah, and just can really unload on the ball. She's so fast with everything that she does. So she gets on the ball fast. And if you look at Kentucky last year, both their left sides got on the ball really fast. They set a fast set. They got on it fast, so it was hard to block because it's just everything's happening so fast.
Does Whitney enter the fray over there on the left side?
Whitney's in the fray everywhere. But she just has to improve her volleyball IQ and get just more experience playing at this level, understand all the little plays that happen. She's just not used to all that yet, and but she's getting great training, but she is in the mix.
Lots of back row attacks from this year's Husker squad, more than I recall for any Husker team historically. Question from the text line: will you ever set back right or back left?
It's something that we're working on. We would love to set the right side. We call that the red set, and it's Lindsay Krause and Whitney can both do it. It means they got to play in the back row, which we're working on developing them. Again, if you see Minnesota, Samaday makes your living hitting over there on the right. That's in the front row and back row. It just gives you another option to go to. So when teams send 2 blockers out to Allie Battenhorst, you've got somebody over there that can kind of, even when it's not in a perfect pass, you can set that ball back to what we call the red zone and get a swing over there. So
can Lindsay do everything else back there?
She's developing, and at some point she's going to be really good at it.
Do you practice on TerraFlex this week, even though you're going to play on wood at Penn State?
Yeah, so today's practice, again, we didn't practice yesterday, so today's practice, we introduced the wood floor with our defensive bursts. So everybody who plays defense, not the middles, we went through our defensive training on the wood, and you heard all the, the moans and the groans and the sticking on the wood.
Old days.
So, yeah, they'll, and then we'll do a little bit more tomorrow. We'll get some 6-on-6 on the wood, but and then Thursday we'll be on the wood. We go light on Thursday before we leave. So we'll gradually transition to the wood, but it's a dilemma for me as a coach because you'd think, okay, let's play on the wood, but I also want to save their legs and their bodies by playing on that TerraFlex. And I think one of the things that helps us as we go through the season, training on the TerraFlex helps keeps our legs fresher as the season goes on. It's just less wear and tear. And we have a great wood floor in Devaney. I mean, it's one of the best in the country. It's how soft it is. But it is different playing on the wood, and they're, you know, you don't go to the floor as well, and that's why we let them wear the longer, you know,
the long leggings.
Long leggings, because it helps them slide on the floor. And I mean, Kennedy Ward, looks like got stuck today going for a ball
on wood.
And just like almost face planted because she didn't slide, and it's a different deal. So, but very few teams now have wood. Penn State, Wisconsin, Michigan told me they're getting TerraFlex this week.
Nice.
Theirs is coming in. Minnesota now has TerraFlex. And Maryland would be the other one that doesn't have TerraFlex.
What do you think about TerraFlex in our homes? Sounds really
It'd be
comfortable.
awesome. I mean, JB, I can stand on that TerraFlex and coach 8 hours a day, no problem.
No problem
in
on
camp.
knees.
I go on a wood floor, and I last an hour. It's unbelievable.
I know a lot of teachers are thinking, let's TerraFlex our place.
If I was a teacher standing all day, I would just have buy a strip of TerraFlex and be walking on that. It really does make a difference. Remember, the company that makes that is based in France, I think, and their main they make these floors for athletics, but their main business is making surgical room floors, factory floors for guys people working in factories are on their feet all day. That's what their main business is.
And you stand on linoleum or like tile all day. Ugh.
Yeah. Or try like sport courts or cement. It's brutal.
You're listening to the Nebraska Volleyball Show?
The name on the mailbox may say Smith, Myers, Baumgartner, or Johnson, but when you choose to plant with Rob Seco, it includes your name too, making you a stockholder in a company that's invested in you. With the simplicity that makes us easy to do business with, relationships that bring more to the table, the technology, traits, and genetics that take on local conditions, and people with the know-how to use it. At Rob Seco, the only stockholder we listen to is you.
Today's play of the day comes from Nebraska. We pick it up with the local sports announcer at a Nebraska lottery retailer.
Dave enters the store. He makes a move to the checkout counter. Looks like he's going to pass. Yes, he's passing the clerk a few dollars. The clerk takes the handoff and spins around. It looks like he's placed the scratch tickets on the counter, and now Dave has them in his hand. It's the old Scratcherooski. He scratches left. He scratches right. Oh, my! He's done it! Dave has scored a bundle of cash.
Play is good. Go play. Odds vary by game.
Finally, it's time to tailgate, to find your spot in a sea of red, to get together with family and fans, and to share what makes Husker football season the best. This season, share Valentino's Tailgater tradition with their Big Red Double Jumbo deal and get 2 one-topping jumbo pizzas for only $17.79 each. Order yours at valentinos.com. Some restrictions apply. See store for details. Valentino's, the official pizza of the Huskers. Go Big Red.
Successful farmers must make good decisions every day. In pivot irrigation, the choice is simple. T&L exclusive hydraulically powered pivot irrigation systems are like no other. You get tough, reliable, and cost-effective irrigation. Let T&L's 60 years of irrigation experience work for you. Call your local T&L dealer or T&L Irrigation Company today. T&L, like no other.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
It's football season. Husker Nation and Famous Dave's is here to make your tailgate, house party, or get-together famous. Award-winning and house-smoked St. Louis-style ribs, Texas beef brisket, Georgia chopped pork, and house-made sides like our Wilbur beans, creamy coleslaw, and Dave's Cheesy Mac and Cheese will surely tackle any barbecue craving. Visit famousdaves.com for all your catering and online ordering needs, or come visit us at our locations in Lincoln and Bellevue.
Welcome to Ag Answers. Today we're talking about renewable biofuels like corn ethanol and soy biodiesel. Electric vehicles continue to make headlines as we look for ways to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. But did you know by using ethanol, you can reduce greenhouse gas emissions by up to 46% compared to traditional gasoline, and by up to 86% when you use biodiesel compared to petroleum diesel? Locally produced biofuels are the here and now solution to combating climate change. They are good for our air, good for our wallets, and good for Nebraska. This message is brought to you by Nebraska's corn and soybean farmers.
Welcome back to Nebraska Volleyball Show. I'm John Baylor with the head coach, John Cook. 6 p.m. local time Friday night. Nebraska at Penn State, both undefeated in the conference. And then Sunday, 12 noon local time, Nebraska at Rutgers. Coach, you've had a fair amount of success of late, winning 9 of the last 10 against Penn State. 7 of those, the setter was Kelly Hunter, who was 7-0 against Penn State. What do you attribute this remarkable string of success dating back to 2015 against
that might be one of the greatest accomplishments of any Nebraska player.
7-0
in the history of the program. I mean, to go 7-0 against Penn State's pretty amazing. But I don't know. It's we made a decision. Everybody was chasing Penn State, so we had to chase Penn State, and that was several years ago. And they set the standard where you needed to be. So there was, black and white. So we've tried to hit that standard and stay with it. And we've had some very close games with them. I think you can call it a rivalry. I mean, I think our fans and our players, it's Penn State. It just feels different when we play them. But they got a great team, and it's going to be a big challenge for us, but I think we're looking forward to it, and buckle up, baby. It's a Big Ten.
It's a rivalry built on respect.
Totally. And that's why I said I wasn't sure it's a rivalry. It's just it's two great programs.
Coach, it's a rivalry.
It's 2 great programs going at it every time.
I mean, Husker fans, this is a big deal.
Yeah, but we had. I mean, when Pettit was coaching, there was some great matches.
Boy, 96, the regional final. 94, the regional final. That was brutal.
That regional final probably won Nebraska national championship in 95. Yeah.
Unfinished business.
Yep.
That one still hurts, the 94 regional final. Huskers were undefeated.
Yeah.
It was at the Coliseum, and then Russ afterwards is in the Coliseum parking lot doing a jig.
Yeah.
That only hurt more.
And then when I was at Wisconsin coaching, we had some great matches with them. And I remember we beat them on Halloween night in 96, I believe, or 97. And they were ranked number 1, and we knocked them off on Halloween night. And, that really was a major moment for the Wisconsin program. And we ended up winning the Big Ten that year.
Are the toughest jobs in volleyball coaching in the lower echelon of the Big Ten? Because these teams just have to face everybody.
I know.
I mean, we look at Iowa. I mean, they just don't get a night off.
I know.
They're trying
nobody
to
gets it. Nobody gets a night off. Yeah, it's.
I mean, Rutgers.
Yeah,
brutal.
Yeah, but they won 6 matches last year.
Rutgers did.
Yeah,
they're back. You tried to tell us.
I haven't got to Rutgers yet, but I know their setter's back, who I think was all conference, and Camilla, who's played with Nicklin at her club, is back. And
on the postgame show of the Rutgers match last year out there, when Nebraska lost 1 set, you broke a story. You got on in the postgame and you said, Rutgers is good.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, slow down.
Yeah.
I mean, that was breaking news.
Yeah. So there's no nights off in the Big Ten. You got to bring it.
1 or 2 keys, 25 seconds for Nebraska Friday night.
Well, first of all, we got freshmen that got to handle their crowd. I'm sure it'll be a big crowd. So that'll be 1 big test. 2, I think, we can't let Johnny Parker have a big night. Horde's going to get her kills no matter what we do. And we got to, I don't know what outsides will play for them, but they're pretty physical. So we're going to have to execute really well.
Coach, thanks.
Thanks, JB.
That's your Nebraska Volleyball Show, 7 until 8 Central Time. Solder it onto your weekly schedule. My name's John Baylor. Good night, Nebraska.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Sometimes being an office printer feels like I'm competing in an Olympic sport. Thankfully, I have Marco's Managed Print Services on my team. Marco's game plan helps me make big plays while saving big bucks. And Marco's lightning fast tech support gets me back in the game fast. I'm up. Find out what your printers could be saying with Marco's Managed Print Services at marconet.com.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red. Hey, Husker fans, if you're looking for an exciting new career as part of your pandemic recovery, Iowa has over 75,000 job openings in industries such as healthcare, advanced manufacturing, construction, IT, and ag. IowaWorks.gov has more information about job openings, earn while you learn apprenticeships, and exciting training and scholarship opportunities. Find your next great job in Iowa. They've got a solid game plan, a bright future, and want you on their team. www.iowaworks.gov.
Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is the place to watch Nebraska games this season. Locally owned and operated, Addie's is Omaha's premier sports bar with 4 locations in Elkhorn, Maple Street, Millard, and the new flagship Capitol location in downtown Omaha. If it's Husker game day, it's on at Addie's. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is Omaha's official watch party spot with game day giveaways, prizes, fun, and more surprises later in the season. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill. See you there for the game.